joining us from inside the shrine room today, we have Amitabha, Kaspa, and me. Joining us so far on Zoom, we have Janet, Taylor, Andesh, and Claire. Welcome, everybody. And we also have various painters who are painting our window today. We have elderly parents outside the window. Over to Kaspa.
Well, you know, St. Francis used to preach to the birds. Maybe I'll be preaching to builders and painters and decorators today. Whether they like it or not. Yeah. I've been rereading Not Always So by Suzuki Roshi, which is one of the very first books I bought 20 or so years ago when I was just getting into Buddhism and meditation. And he talks about meditation having two aspects. Lots of people talk about this in Sanskrit, samatha and vipassana, or stop and look, as he translates it. And it's hard for me this morning when I read or hear this phrase, stop and look, in my mind what happens is stop, hammer time. So this is one of the things you can find when you stop and look into yourself. Fragments of songs from many years ago. I'll resist performing the whole thing. Pema Chodron says that when we stop and look in this way, everything that we need to become awakened is right here. This is the only thing we need to practice with, is ourselves, if we stop and look in the right way. Because we discover how it is to be human. Oh, this is what it's like to be angry. This is what it's like to be resentful. This is what it's like to be joyful. This is what it's like to be lonely, content. All the ingredients are here. And Buddhism supports us to do this stopping and looking in various ways. And one of the key qualities that we need in order to do this is faith or trust. Faith that we won't find anything too disturbing. Nothing that isn't survivable. And some things are very disturbing. It's why we have to take some care when we begin exploring our own, the contents of our own mind, of our own system. But we have this trust that there is something other than the disturbance, that there is the joy and contentment and equanimity and the love alongside the deep suffering. And we might trust that because we have already had a glimpse of it inside ourselves as we do the stopping and things begin to settle. In that quietness, sometimes we catch a glimpse of these other qualities. We might trust it because we've heard that other people have had that experience, even if we haven't had it ourselves. It's part of what we mean when we say we're practicing with all the ancestors, together with all the ancestors. We might trust that these qualities exist in the universe, in the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, these awakened spiritual beings that exist somehow, somewhere in the world. And if we can't manage to trust that, maybe we just experiment with the idea. I think it was Stanislavski, the Russian theatre director, who used to use this phrase, what if this was true? Or we can do the same in our Buddhist practice. Well, what if it is true that there is unconditional love? How can I sit just trying that idea out? So with this in mind, we're invited to stop, to be still. And actually what we're stopping is the mind that grasps and the mind that pushes away. It's not a sort of frozen, I'm going to be stopped now. It's stopping the process of making something big out of our thoughts on the one hand, and stopping the process of locking them away or rejecting them or trying to get rid of them on the other hand. Sometimes Buddhists talk about acceptance. This is what's happening at the moment. I don't need to do anything to it. I stop my interfering with it. And then the curiosity, the looking part. Oh, it's this specifically that's arising at the moment. That's interesting. So these are the three qualities we bring to our practice. Trusting in the ground of unconditional love. Refraining from getting involved in ourselves. And maintaining curiosity about what's happening. So in a moment, we will sit quietly together and the invitation will be to practice just that, stopping and looking. Or we could say relaxing and paying attention at the same time. And then we'll move into reciting the Buddha's name, reminding us of that ground of unconditional love. Namo Amitabha. If the mind is particularly busy this morning, you might want to choose a focus, like the breath, to support that stopping process. If it helps, just noticing the breath entering and leaving. And then noticing whatever it is that also happens to be around. So we'll now recite the refuges and the 5 lay precepts and the bodhisattva vows. So please repeat after me. For refuge, I go to the Buddha.
For refuge, I go to the Buddha.
Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya.
For refuge, I go to the Dhamma.
For refuge, I go to the Dhamma.
Namo Dhammaya.
Namo Dhammaya.
For refuge, I go to the Sangha.
For refuge, I go to the Sangha.
Namo Sangha.
Namo Sangha.
With faith in the 3 jewels.
With faith in the 3 jewels.
I pray that I may not take life.
I pray that I may not take life.
With faith in the 3 jewels.
With faith in the 3 jewels.
I pray that I may not steal.
I pray that I may not steal.
With faith in the 3 jewels.
With faith in the 3 jewels.
I pray that I may not fall into sexual misconduct.
I pray that I may not fall into sexual misconduct.
With faith in the 3 jewels.
With faith in the 3 jewels.
I pray that I may not fall into wrong speech.
I pray that I may not fall into wrong speech.
With faith in the 3 jewels.
With faith in the 3 jewels.
I pray that I may avoid intoxication.
I pray that I may avoid intoxication. Innumerable are sentient beings.
We vow to save them all.
Inexhaustible are deluded passion.
We vow to transform them all.
Immeasurable are the Dharma teaching.
We vow to master them all.
Infinite is the Buddha's way.
We vow to fulfill it completely. In gratitude, we offer this incense to Buddhas and Bodhisattvas throughout space and time. May it be as fragrance as earth herself, reflecting our careful efforts, our wholehearted awareness. May the fruits of understanding slowly ripen. May we and all beings be enlightened and awaken.
Close, close. What's happened to Kaspa does something wrong, right? He does something straight away.
Let's say when Kaspa does something different.
Yeah. So wrong is a bit of a strong word.
Unexpected.
Yeah.
Just a surprise, I think we might.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that might be a helpful side effect. Yeah, so do unmute if you're on Zoom and we'll say the closing verse together. Blessed Amitabha Christ, when may you care for all living and the whole just stop there.